Hey, Minimum Effort here, and this week we have been working the night shift. This is our redshift deck, and yeah, really like redshift so far. Obviously, it is best in an Agatha deck. So yeah, we're kind of working with a similar Agatha deck that I've played before, but slightly different to some of the other ones you may have seen other content creators make. So yeah, redshift is a 2-cost 3-power card. With the on reveal, discard the leftmost card in your hand to add a random card with the same cost to your hand. Obviously, in Agatha decks, that card that you discard as the leftmost card is always Agatha. So you're always going to get Agatha discarded and keep the rest of your cards to play. So that is why Redshift is a very useful card. It's quite niche for Agatha decks. There are some other kind of big card discards that you could use, but I think because you have Agatha as that really good target, this deck just works and makes a lot of sense. So yeah, before we get into the deck, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Try to bring you as many videos as I can every week with as many decks, and when there's as many new cards as there have been this week already, I'm trying my best to bring you as many as I can. So yeah, this is the Redshift deck. Yes, this is Night Shift. Slightly different to what you might have seen from other content creators because we are using Fenris Wolf and Proxima Midnight as kind of extra discard options as well. And we're running a Black Bolt, Stature combo. Our discarders for Agatha are Redshift, Moon Knight, and Lady Sif, because ideally you only really need those. I mean, Redshift ideal because that will discard Agatha for sure. Lady Sif, because Agatha is obviously the only 6-cost card in your hand, so you're going to be discarding her. Moon Knight, because yes, if you don't have any of your other even cost cards, it will discard Agatha as well as discarding an even cost card from your opponent. And that is precisely why Fenris Wolf is here, because we also have Black Bolt. We can discard our opponent's cards and get them back as well. But yeah, obviously having Redshift and Lady Sif as our main discarders and keeping Moon Knight for later in the game to play works really well with that kind of Fenris package. So yeah, let's run through the deck. So Nebula is here. Nebula is a flex option. Thinking about it now, I actually think Spider-Ham is probably a good choice instead of Nebula. I think a lot of people are playing these end of turn decks at the moment, and having Spider-Ham actually able to directly impact your opponent's hand is probably more useful than Nebula. Nebula obviously is in this deck because we want to kind of, we're not putting lots of power on the board with this deck. So what Nebula does is kind of makes your opponent pay attention to the lane that she is in and try to put cards there and power there, and then you can hopefully put your power elsewhere or add to the lane, obviously, if Nebula is getting big. So yeah, Nebula is still a good card, but yeah, if you have Spider-Ham, that might be the option to put in. Black Knight, obviously the key card for this deck. This is a Black Knight deck. We want to discard Agatha Harkness and get a 4/14 blade, which cannot be destroyed. That is pretty good. Fenris Wolf, like I said, we have those options to discard cards from our opponent's side with Moon Knight and Black Bolt, and bring them back on our side with Fenris. And like I said, we're not putting lots and lots of power on the board with this deck, but Fenris can certainly add to that power, especially if you can get some really good hits from something like Moon Knight. Yeah, really useful to have Fenris in this deck. Fenris can occasionally get in the way of, if Moon Knight is your only discard option to get rid of Agatha, but you have an even cost card like Fenris in your hand, potentially can sometimes get in the way. The other thing to look out for is if you play Fenris Wolf but you haven't discarded Agatha, Agatha will often activate Fenris Wolf for fun. That's just the kind of girl she is. So yeah, even if you haven't made your opponent discard anything or destroy anything, yeah, Agatha sometimes still activates Fenris, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, that is the kind of minor risk you're looking to take, because ideally by turn 4 you want to have discarded Agatha already, so that then you can activate Fenris whenever you want to. Yeah, Redshift, absolutely great because it targets Agatha for discarding. I actually think Redshift is one of the best cards this season, precisely for that. Yeah, this deck is very good. Like I said, like we've had out of 15 games, we've won 10 of them, 62.5% win rate. And yeah, Redshift, very, very useful card, like it a lot. Moon Knight, again, that kind of targeted discard for even costed cards, particularly for your opponents, where obviously there are good targets that are 6-cost cards that you can potentially discard with Moon Knight, or something that is just very, very key to what they're trying to do. And obviously using that to discard your own Proxima Midnight to get Proxima on the board for free as well is good. Like I said, getting a free 7-power card on the board with this deck is very good. We're trying to get as much power as possible, and Moon Knight can certainly help with that. Lady Sif is obviously the ideal target for Agatha Harkness to discard her if you're not pulling Redshift. So yeah, Lady Sif is obviously the next best thing, because it will target Agatha as well, because it is the only 6-cost card that we have in our hand. I forgot to mention as well, with Redshift it gives you another 6-cost card. There are occasions where you can discard Agatha with Redshift, and then depending on locations and circumstances, it might be in this video, I might not have put it in, but there was an occasion where we had the location that was on reveals repeat at this location, whatever it was, and because we could discard Agatha Harkness and then discard the other 6-cost card that was generated by Redshifts, we could discard that with Lady Sif, then we could put Ghost Rider into that location and bring both of those discarded cards back into that location for lots of power. That's a quite specific instance, but yeah, we are specifically using Lady Sif to target Agatha Harkness, discard her, hopefully get that big power Ebony Blade and go from there. And 3/5 is actually pretty good power for that effect. So yeah, Lady Sif, very good. I also love this variant. It's one of my favourite pixel variants in the whole game. She just looks like a badass SNES RPG character that you want in your team. Yeah, really like this variant. And Ghost Rider, of course, if you're discarding Agatha, you can bring her back on the board with Ghost Rider, which is a really cheap, it's a 4/19 power play. That's really, really good. So yeah, Ghost Rider, excellent in this deck. Proxima Midnight, because it's specifically for use with Moon Knight. If you discard Proxima, she'll get on the board for free. Again, it can sometimes you're not hitting that, and Proxima is just kind of sitting in your hand. But that's okay, because you still have options to get other cards on the board with power. But yeah, it's nice if you can hit that Moon Knight, get Proxima on the board for free, and discard something else from your opponent's hand. Black Bolt. Black Bolt is good for that kind of turn 5, where you're kind of looking at it and saying, okay, have I played my Ebony Blade? Have I played my Ghost Rider to get kind of power on the board? Do I have specific targets in my opponent's deck that I want to use Black Bolt for? Specifically something like Surfer decks, where if they don't have a lot of cards in their hand, you could potentially hit something like a Silver Surfer with Black Bolt, or just something that they might need on that final turn, even if something like a Havoc or a Sunspot or something, where these end of turn decks, or Thena, where these end of turn decks might be playing those cards late on turn 6. Black Bolt's good for that. And of course, Black Bolt goes with Stature, but we'll get to her because we have Lady Deathstrike. Lady Deathstrike was a flex option because I did have Iron Man in this place originally, but because we're not running any tech other than Moon Knight, if you can really count that as tech, Lady Deathstrike is actually really, really good for tech, because if you use it to kind of take out key cards, it's game winning. And there are instances in the gameplay highlights that we'll show you where Lady Deathstrike has been absolutely key. So yeah, originally she was flexed, she's now key in this deck. You need to have Lady Deathstrike. Also, it's possible for Lady Deathstrike to work with Fenris Wolf, which is another potential option if you're not discarding any of your opponent's cards. It's just another way to get something back on your side of the board with Fenris Wolf, thanks to Lady Deathstrike. But yeah, really good card in this deck. And Stature, because obviously if you're discarding an opponent's card with Moon Knight or Black Bolt, Stature is a 1/7, really good, and you can combine that on turn 6 with Lady Deathstrike. That's a good power play to play. So yeah, Stature very good, and of course Agatha is the kind of the linchpin of this deck. Unfortunately, you want to discard her, even though this variant is really good. I really like this variant as well. But yeah, discard her, bring her back with Ghost Rider, And yeah, enjoy Agatha. She's a really good card at the moment. So yeah, here's some gameplay highlights for you. A lot of wins with this deck. Really fun games. And yeah, it's like I say, some really good interactions with the cards we've got in this deck. I think they all kind of show their worth. So yeah, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, don't miss out on any videos and any decks that I bring to you. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you play this deck. Let me know how you get on. And yeah, enjoy these gameplay highlights, and cheers. Thanks for watching. Cool, playing against red. We have red shifts. Cool, Black Knight, no. Rafts. See, we have a curve for Nebula red shifts and Moon Knight. I think we have to try to do it. I don't think we mind doing that, you know. Soulstone, it's Thanos, so they could potentially have Relative Stone to turn it off, or they could just have lots of stones that they can use to fill it as well. So yeah, Redshift will discard Agatha. It's Adam Warlock. So yeah, they probably are going to feel Raft now. We've got a free Ultron. Okay. Now we get Black Knight. Moon Knight is now going to discard the Ultron. We could discard Thanos. It's a long shot. If it's even in their hand. Do we want Ultron? Not massively. I think we need to take the chance with... I mean, I still think we need to try and stop them here. I don't think we'll be able to. Moon Knight hits. Human Torch with them there. Who do we hit? Time Stone, because Time Stone got changed, so at least they're not getting a cheap. A cheap Thanos. We're not going to be able to fill the Raft before they... We can do this. Because we still have Ghost Rider we can play to pull Agatha back. And we'll have a 0 cost 6. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's just fill it. I'm not... They didn't play anything into Raft. And it's Odin. That's... Wait, hang on. We can bring back Agatha Harkness and Ultron. Wait, no. Ghost Rider. Yeah, that'll be 4 cards. Hang on, how's my maths? Ghost Rider pulls a card there. Odin activates, brings it back. So yes, that will work. Potentially we can do that next turn though, and we can steal Black Bolt and try and take something away. It's probably going to be a stone. It's not going to be massive, but potentially something. How much energy else are we going to have? Statue's been played already. Yeah, let's play 7. Let's try and force them to do something right lane. It's Sunspot. It's Mr. Fantastic. Fantastic Heart Thanos deck. Not seen that before. And they filled this lane now, so they're going to win left for sure. And it's Proxima Midnight, so yeah, Ghost Rider. Odin, we have to wait and hope that they don't win right, but it's pretty unlikely. I mean, they might just try and consolidate mid. How much power are we going to get from this? This is 13 power here, plus 14 Fragrancy is 27, plus Ultron is 8, that's 35, and then we're going to have 14 here actually because of Ultron. Do that. It's not terrible. Let's see what happens. They just played the 1 card mid. It's Thanos. Yeah, we're fine.
I'm coming for you. There's no strings on me. Are ye
Odin
worthy?
activates the Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider brings back Agatha.
There's no strings on me.
Cool. Yeah, end of turn Thanos. Not seen that before.
Victory.
Yeah, we'll take that. Cool. Okay, so Moon Knight, Proxima, and Lady Sif. Sinister London. Interesting. Okay, if we can get an Ebony Blade in particular. They played Nebula. Okay, Nebula is obviously popular in the Black Knight decks. So we could be playing Mirror Match. It's Redshift. It's going to get rid of the Agatha. Black Bolt is interesting into Sinister London as well. Zabu. Okay. We get an Orca. Okay. So yeah, Agatha is obviously gone. Moon Knight now gives us a 50-50 on Proxima. With Orca, not ideal. Lady Sif would only discard the Orca, and then that means it's another less target for Ghost Rider that we don't have. How bothered are we about the Orca? Because we could just play Moon Knight into Sinister London and just discard 2 of their even cost cards. Let's do that. Oh, Storm. Now we're relying on Moon Knight to hit Proxima Midnight, which he doesn't. Galacta got hit for them, which is slightly more fun. Can't really play. What can we play? We haven't really got a lot of power. I think we just need to play here. War Machine, yeah, this is going to be Infinite somewhere, right? What could discard if them Galactus, so Fimmer's Wolf. I just think it's got to be Black Bolt. Yeah, we've got to try and take something from them. But yeah, they're playing obviously cards now in Dark Dimension. We don't know what it is. We discarded their Infinite because it was the only card in their hand, so we discarded the Infinite. What have we had discarded? Agatha and Orca, so we can play Ghost Rider here. It's Atlantis sucks because obviously the most power we can put in this lane is actually by playing nothing. We leave Black Bolt here and we hope that 12 is enough. Probably won't be. It's Fastos, it will be enough. Have we got enough power? Right. It's Ebony Moore. It's Jeff. Yeah.
I'm coming.
We do that with the Orca instead of Agatha, that's fine. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that went surprisingly well. Obviously, getting the Black Bolt hit on Infinite, absolutely perfect, because that would have been 20 power, and we would have lost that game. So yeah, really, really good. Cool. Black Bolt, Proxima Midnight, Ghost Rider, the Abbey, Fenris Wolf, okay. Valhalla. Okay, cool. So yeah, Fenris Wolf now is fine because then next turn we can play Lady Sif. We have Ghost Rider to bring Sif back. I don't think. Oh, it's Zorn. Okay, I haven't seen Zorn for a while, man. For any 3 or 4 possibilities to move to another location. Okay, so we can't actually stop anything from that this turn. We're worried about drawing a card. I mean, it's not going to reveal, actually, is it? Oh, which means Agatha is going to have another turn to play. Okay. I mean, she is getting discarded this turn anyway, so it just depends. If she plays Ghost Rider, she'll just be brought straight back. But she has, of course, played Redshift, which is going to discard the Black Bolt, which would have been nice. Okay. Lots of fun. Some move deck with Zorn. Galactus move. Interesting. They messed that up. They messed up the move with Ghost Rider and Vulture. So of course what you have to be careful with, and I've been playing a lot of move lately, with my Stardust move deck from the last video. Oh. Thanks, we'll take that. They haven't had anything sort of discarded, so we know that Heimdall is obviously a big part of this deck, and that shifts a lot of power left and mid. So what we need to look out for is Malekith is either going to bring back Moon Knight or Black Knight. Not really a big deal there. I mean, Lady Deathstrike would actually have been good for taking out the Craven, depending on what they want to do. They're not going to move the Vulture again, unless they play something like a Madame Web. So I think we stack our power mid, and then we just try and go right side.
I'm coming for you.
Our only activates the Dracula. Interesting. What is this deck? This is a Galactus First Steps move dump deck. Ooh. But now we get the Lady Deathstrike, which can take out the Dracula. We have priorities, and that will happen as well. The only thing is, if they play something here that's going to move, it's got like Red Wing, something like that. Maybe that's the kind of deck this is. Interesting deck to play against. It's just this. I think it is just this. They have played mid. Is it Heimdall? It's Galactus First Steps. So yeah, we win left and right. Thanks to that. Yeah, cool. They still had Red Hulk in their hand, obviously, and two other cards they were looking for a Dracula hit, and because we filled mid, they were relying on that Dracula, knowing that they could win that lane with the Galactus. So yeah, that went pretty well. Again, yeah, Lady Deathstrike, very good tech. So yeah, cool. Okay, Redshift, Fenris Wolf, Black Knight. Very, very good curve. Vormir. Agatha. Play Redshift into Vormir. Don't play Fenris Wolf. Don't play Fenris Wolf. I mean, at least she played Fenris Wolf, not into Vormir. I mean, that's it's discard as well. That's potentially interesting for us. Yeah, we are going to play Redshift because Moon Knight can potentially discard the Redshift instead. Our Fenris Wolf is useless because Murder World is going to destroy it. So actually, we don't potentially. Yeah, play Redshift here. Actually, no, we're getting the Blade. We can play the Blade as the first card into Vormir, and it won't just won't destroy. So yeah, we can just play Redshift mid. I like the animation for Redshift, very cool. So yeah, 14 power. And Eson. Now, the only created card we are going to have is the Blade. So Eson. What is this noise going on? What is this? I'm not sure if you can hear this from the game, but there's some very weird noises. What is that? That's freaky. Yeah, Ebony Blade. What card would have caused that? What did we play? Is it Redshifts? They just played Morbius. It's Hell Cows. Yeah, they are. This is possibly Hela. It was just a score, wasn't it? Man, this is really freaky. What do we want to play? Lady Deathstrike doesn't have, the only good target is Morbius. Which means we can play Ghost Rider next turn. But yeah, obviously because it's a holodeck, they can still get decent power. Discarding something with Black Bolt is also going to benefit them as well. So I think we just have to take out the Morbius and hope for the best. I mean, it takes out our other cards as well, but at least we've got 7 power there. So it must have been the redshift that was making that noise. Again, apologies if you can't hear it. You don't know what I'm talking about. It's really weird noise after you play redshift. But now that he's been destroyed, or Stature got discarded for them, Nebula got discarded for us. Okay, so this is going to be Hela, almost certainly. But they've discarded Modok and Stature. It's not a lot of power, and we have our own Stature actually. So Ghost Rider mid, Stature left, and then that's 22 power here. 12, 15, 26 power mid. Could be good.
I'm coming for you.
26, 22. It's Khonshu, it's not Hela.
You won't need this anymore.
Modok hits the Apocalypse. That's fine. Yeah, cool.
Victory.
Yeah, that went well. Always nice to beat another discard deck as well, so yeah, nice. Hey, Nebula, Black Bolt, and Fenris. Astral Plane. We've got Redshift as well. Astral Plane on something like a Fenris Wolf is interesting. What's it actually going to be? Black Bolt. It's the Surge. It's not a bad hit. We know they've got Red Guardian. So we know that's what's Agatha plays Fenris. That's another potential hit for their Red Guardian, which is a shame. Oh man. So, yeah, Space Throne obviously sucks for us. Yeah, we have Redshift. Obviously, we could play Redshift, but for the same effect, I think we just play Lady Sif and left. Yeah, 5 power is pretty good. Obviously, we've got a card here. We now need to manage our space as well, so we are unlikely to win Space Throne. Red Guardian hits the Fenris Wolf. It was only a Surge, not really ideal for this deck. We could Moon Knight and try to get Proxima Midnight here as a free card. It's only going to hit Redshift if not, which we don't really mind about because it's only getting discarded. We of course hit the Redshifts. Unbelievable. It was Shang-Chi that got discarded. Gladiator destroyed. Sorry, I didn't see what that was. Black Knight, that's fine. I think, yeah, we go into Black Bolt. Let's see what else we can discard. Obviously, yeah, forcing them to play here, interesting. It's Brood. Huh. Because now yeah, we Lady Deathstrike mid, because they're likely to be playing Cerebro. Not Cerebro, sorry. Silver Surfer. But then that's only going to hit the Gladiator. So Gladiator will go to 10. We'll have more than that there, and it's Stature left. 15. And hope that's enough. They didn't play anything right. They didn't play anything right, so I think we're good regardless. Mid. Maybe not. Gambit. And Silver Surfer. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, cool. That went really well. Again, Lady Deathstrike. Good there, because obviously, yes, Silver Surfer would have buffed this middle lane a lot. But yeah, they were relying on a Gambit hit. They didn't have anything else to play, to be fair to them. But yeah, that was nice. Cool. Yeah, Lady Sif, Lady Deathstrike, Fenris Wolf, and Nebula. Yep, of course we play Nebula. Winjet. This is not Arisham's. This could be a Victoria hand deck. Agatha got discarded. And their Agatha got discarded. They're trying to play the Victoria hand version. This is potentially the Tucker version, but with Quinjet instead. The other problem with this is now that Redshift doesn't do anything. What we can actually do is, if we play Fenris Wolf now, we can bring back that Agatha on our side of the board. And then if we pull Ghost Rider, we can also pull our own Agatha back. So that's something. Yeah, Snatcher now. I definitely mind that. They've retreated, yeah. So yeah, obviously, this is what Fenris Wolf is good for. Like, obviously, if you get good targets, and also against the Agatha mirror match, Fenris is good for pulling that back. If you can get Fenris Wolf out in 2. And they'd obviously discard. Obviously, the location did it for them, but obviously, if your opponent discards Agatha with Redshift, you can activate Fenris Wolf on turn 3 and pull that back before they can play Ghost Rider on 4. So yeah, Fenris Wolf very good in this deck. Yeah, obviously that location helped us out a bit, but obviously we had the draw for it, so yeah, cool. Okay. Black Bolt, Moon Knight, approximately midnight. All the nights. Squirrels. Not terrible for us, to be honest. We're not playing lots of cards. And generally the cards we want to play are kind of the higher power cards. Stark Tower is certainly a card. Fenris Wolf left is good, because that gives us space, which is ideal. It's a destroy deck. In which case Moon Knight and Black Bolt. Yeah, so we roll into Moon Knight now, because Moon Knight is either going to get rid of Agatha Harkness or Proxima. And we know that destroy decks, obviously running Null, obviously running Death, as long as nothing has been destroyed yet, which it hasn't. But they do have priority, so yeah, Death might not be an even cost card when we play, but yeah, I think we just roll the Moon Knight. And see if, obviously, if it gets Null, we bring that back as soon as possible. Killmonger, how many is that? 6 destroyed. So Death is now 2. And we hit Kid Omega. Of all the powerful cards in the destroy deck, we hit Kid Omega. That's great. Okay, Lady Sif is going to discard Agatha for us at least. Kid Omega for us doesn't really do anything, but what we can do is turn 5, because they only have 2 cards in their hand. If they are holding a Null or a Death, that is potentially what we can snatch with Black Bolts. We have Ghost Rider of our own for turn 6. So yeah, I think we play. They're going to play something like Venom or something here, right? So I think we need to look at these 2 lanes, and if we can get Fenris Wolf to pull something big back, that's good. Let's play Black Bolt to Madripoor. They play 1 card. We get the Deathlock. Oh yeah, because they drew another card, didn't they? So still another card in hand. So yeah, obviously if it was Death, that would have been probably the cheapest card because of all the cards they've destroyed. Venom's going to be 18 power. Sorry, 16 power potentially in 2 lanes if they Arnhem Zola. We do have priority. All we can really do is this. Fenris got activated by Agatha when we played it. This is the other problem with playing Fenris early, is that Agatha will sometimes activate it. I think she can do. She likes to do everything that she can basically in a turn. So if Fenris is played on whatever turn it is, and then she gets a turn to play, she will probably activate. So yeah, cool. But a win, we'll take that. Agatha Harkness, Lady Deathstrike, Moon Knight, Fenris Wolf. It's not bad. Nebula. Yeah, sure. It's not a bad curve. As long as we don't pull another even plus card, we can play Fenris Wolf into Moon Knight on 2 and 3. Agatha, don't play something into Vormir now. Oh, that's fine. Okay, yep. Fenris Wolf here gives us another shot to get Black Knight. Because if we now pull Black Knight, we can play Black Knight Redshift. It's Sunspot, which means this is almost certain. Oh, it's Galactus. Yeah, probably the Galactus end of turn deck. Superflow, that doesn't have any effect to anyone. Oh, Moon Knight now is much less likely to Agatha, of course. So I think we do have to play. I mean, do we mind about Redshift being destroyed or something else? We're not going to get the Ebony Blade, which obviously can't be destroyed either. Yeah, we have other options. Like we can still potentially play Moon Knights. So yeah, there's cards that we can play into Vormir basically that we don't mind being destroyed. Doctor Doom from Redshift is interesting. But it's also another Moon Knight's target. We can get what can destroy as well with Lady Deathstrike. Invisible Woman, so yeah. We are going to have priority, which means we probably need to save Lady Deathstrike for this lane, I think. So yeah, the problem is, what can we hit? I mean, we can take out the Sunspot now. Cards are going to have 5 cards in hand. See, the problem in taking out Sunspot now is obviously they are still going to have Invisible Woman First Steps and the Cyclops that can do damage here, and then we're relying on having to play Moon Knight to put a card into Fenris Wolf to bring back, and that's not ideal. So I think what we need to do, I mean, anything we play actually into Vormir is going to be destroyed, so maybe it is just Moon Knight, and we see if we can get Galactus First Steps. Actually, that would be good. We are going to discard our Doctor Doom. So yeah, they're still going to win. Right, this is the problem. So Vormir, they're not playing into Vormir either. So we hit the Hulk. How big was Hulk? They played Magic. Hulk was just 12. But wait, if we bring him back, that's First Steps is 16 now. We're still waiting to see if we can Lady Deathstrike something. We still have priority. We don't really want to play Lady Sif now, so wait, what we'll do. We're just screwed by Vormir, aren't we? Do we bring this Hulk back now? No, I think we bring the Hulk back last turn because then that's the most power it can be. But then obviously we're going to be losing power from the other cards as well, from Cyclops. Absolutely sucks, but we have to do this. We have to get 7 power into mid, and we have to sacrifice a card to do that. What if they played right? They played Galactus. Okay. So yeah, bringing the Hulk back is not going to do anything, and we still have priority. So all they can really do is play. It's going to be like Havoc, Fina, isn't it? But we're just going to get rolled. We haven't snapped on it, which is something. And they retreated. Well, obviously didn't have the draw. They had 4 cards in hand. Yeah, obviously didn't have any of those key end of turn cards. So yeah, always nice to be an end of turn deck. So yeah, definitely happy about that one. Okay, cool. Our opponent is Rabies. Lovely. We have Black Knight, Red Shifts. Delightful. That's very nice for them. We could snap if we get Ghost Rider at some point. That would be nice. Black Knight. You know what to do. Okay. Just played Fenris. Okay, so yeah, we will possibly play something into Krakoa. Obviously, they have played the Red Shifts. To discard their Agatha. So they're going to do... play that into Krakoa, right? That makes sense. So we are going to do... we'll do the... is it Red Shift or is it Lady Sif? Oh, we... do we have priority? We do. No, wait, sorry. No, we don't have priority. Deactivate. I don't know what I was looking at. Having said that, they can't bring Agatha back with Ghost Rider until turn 4. So we activate now. I don't really want Vibranium, so I don't mind it. Redshift and Black Knight and Fenris being destroyed because we'll have Agatha. Hopefully Agatha, yep. Cool, and then we play the blade into Krakoa. Stencher's gone left, yeah, it's Vibranium, fine. Approximate midnight, okay. See now, if the Vibranium power, sorry, if the Ebony Blade power can go onto a Vibranium, that is really nice, cheap power to put on the board. It of course goes on Lady Deathstrike. Oh. So we're gonna have 14 power here. If we play Lady Deathstrike mid, we're gonna have 35 power against 14 and whatever else they can play. Is it worth holding on? We haven't really got much else we can play, unfortunately. So yeah, I think we just do this. It's only the Black Knight we're destroying. I'm not too happy about it, but we don't really have much other choice. They're probably going to play something big right counter. Ghost Rider, which pulls Odin, which activates the Red Shifts, which hits the Shang-Chi. I mean, that went well for us because obviously I wasn't thinking that Black Knight deck would run Shang-Chi, so that's worked out really well for us. How big can we go? So yeah, obviously we have 2 lanes. If we... so we can discard Proxima or Spectrum. This is it. It's a 50-50 here. They've retreated. Fine. Yeah, we could have played Moon Knight and Lady Sif. And then if the 50-50 for Moon Knight discarding Proxima, Midnight or Spectrum. So yeah, we possibly could have got Proxima on the board as well. But yeah, obviously we're very far ahead mid. And there was only one more lane for us to win. And they obviously didn't have the cards. So yeah, cool, that will do. Okay, cool, we're playing against Cyber Jesus 2000. Okay, so Black Knights, Fenris Wolf, Proxima Agatha. Moon Knights. Okay, so we can get into Death's Domain with Ghost Rider. Or potentially with Proxima if we can discard her and keep this something in each lane. So Lady Sif. Don't play the Fenris Wolf there. What are you doing? Come on, Agatha. Disappointing. Disappointing. It's Goose. So this is probably C2. So they could potentially get into Death's Domain with a Brood, something like that. Yeah, let's avoid Vibranium Mines for now. Because we can play Lady Sif into this lane, we might as well. We need to look for where Cerebro is going to go, because then obviously we can put Lady Deathstrike there. Oh, actually, we can play the Ebony Blade into Death's Domain, because it will not be destroyed. So let's do that. Okay, if they do get Brood into Death's Domain, that will be 2 Broods. So we're looking at the +3s from Cerebro, possibly, and Mystique. So I might have to do some maths, which I'm not excited about generally. Ravona. Okay, so potentially they're going to start. Yes. But we need to hope they play Cerebro now, basically, so we can do that. So I think we're just going to go, and I can't play Ghost Rider here. Of course, we just have to play that mid. If they put Cerebro mids, we can Lady Deathstrike it. I think ideally they're probably looking to play Cerebro and Mystique. There probably will be priority as well, like obviously we're going to be putting another 14-19 power on the board. They have played left.
Coming for you.
It's Storm.
Wind, aid my hand.
Into Shadow King. What an absolutely unbelievable hit, and we still have priority. All we can really do is this, which destroy these. Obviously, yes, we have to then hope they're banking on trying to win left as their main lane rather than right. Sorry, rather than mid. Just destroying those cards. It's Sinister right. Can they beat 7 Cerebro? Is it into Mystique? It's into Mystique, sweet. So yeah, Lady Deathstrike coming in clutch. Sorry, Cyber Jesus.
Victory.
Yeah, cool. I think this is the advantage of having Lady Deathstrike in this deck, because there are targets. Cerebro's a more popular deck now than ever. Yeah, there are good targets for Lady Deathstrike, and I think where we don't have specifically any other tech, I think that's also where Lady Deathstrike comes in as potential as an option. So yes, cool.